Halloween is officially over, which means, guess what? It's time for Novel November! I don't know if you can see this, but it's kind of snowing out right now, and yeah, it's November, so it was bound to happen eventually. Hello everybody, today is November 12th, which means it is day 12 of Novel November. I have written every day in the past 12 days, except for one, which is because of my family lifestyle. Now, before I update you on my word count, I'm going to share a little bit about my new office space as well as what I have been working on this November. One of the most valuable lessons that I have learned recently is the value of having a dedicated writing space. In the past, because of my medical condition, I have written in bed, on the couch, with a lap desk, at the kitchen table, because I try to avoid doing too many stairs. Now our long-term goal has always been to set up the spare room in the basement as my office, specifically for writing. However, due to some personal events in our life, we have not been able to get there. But now I have myself set up in a little corner of the room. This is the biggest bedroom in the house, and unfortunately it has become our storage room once again. So I am in a little corner of this lovely room, but around me is boxes and furniture and storage and a freezer and some old toys and an old desk. So I really don't have a ton of space. Our plan is to slowly work away at it, go through some boxes, get rid of things, donate some stuff that we're no longer needing, and then eventually we're going to finish the walls because right now it is just drywall paneling. And then once that's done, I can set up some proper bookshelves and stuff and have a proper writing office. And I'm very excited about that. Now, when we first set this up, I had this desk, pulled out a little bit more. But the problem is that my husband pointed out is that because of my medical condition, sometimes I can have a non-epileptic seizure where I need help getting out and lying down. And of course, because of where I was, that was not possible, so they could not get to me safely, and I could not get out. Thankfully, my desk has wheels, so when I'm writing, the desk is against the wall, and when I'm recording videos, so that you don't have to see all of our junk, I turn it on the wheels just to do the recording, and it seems to be working quite well. Now, in the past week, I've also done some live stream writing sprints, 2 of them, which have gone fairly well. The problem for me is that the extra lighting when I'm doing videos and the focus on, running the timer and using the app to record the video and watching the comments, it's all overstimulating for me, so it can cause seizures or just wear me out because of the chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, of course, I'm still going to do some. I'm just not going to do it very often. So you can watch for those little pop-ups where I have a good day and I'm capable of doing a live stream writing sprint. Okay, what have I been working on this November in terms of writing? I have finished 4 short stories that I had started, and now I'm working on a novel. So the first 2 is part 1 and part 2 of a portal story for the Sable Book Nights Portals Anthology. If you're interested in submitting to this, I have it open until December 31st, so please feel free to submit any short stories up to 5,000 words that involves a portal, whether that be to a new world, a different time, a different dimension. Whatever involves a portal, I am open to. Now, the third project that I finished was another Portal short story. The first 2 are high fantasy and they're going to be under my pen name, and the third story is under my own name. Okay, the fourth project that I have finished is Red River Man. This is a story that I wrote many moons ago. It was published in the Lake Winnipeg Writers Group journal Voices, and it won 2nd place in their contest. Now, I wasn't sure how this story was going to be because it has been so long since I wrote it, but I pulled it out and I looked at it. I like the story. but it's not at the same skill level that I am now. Now, this led me, of course, to pose the question, why the heck did it get second place? So I asked a writing friend who was involved in putting voices together, and she explained that they noticed I had a big improvement in my writing skill and capability, plus I had followed the guidelines very well, and so they chose me for second place to acknowledge that growth. So what I'm doing with it now, because it was so well received, and I have had readers come to me asking for me to finish the story because they feel like it wasn't done, I am extending it and improving it and making it better and releasing it as a novella. Now this takes me to my current whip, which is Red Rain. If you might have heard of me talk about the Red Crime Thriller series, which was a bunch of short crime stories that I eventually merged together and expanded to become Red Crimes, the novel. Now, at the end of that novel, I had put in a little comment that said, Rain will return. Rain was one of my favorite characters in that entire series, and she rides the gray line. She goes between good and evil, and she's just a lot of fun to work with, and people have been asking, hey, where are you going with this character? So everybody that has read this novel has been waiting for Red Rain. So I pulled it out. I almost panicked because it took me a while to find it. A couple of files that I opened that was titled Red Rain ended up blank. So I was so worried that the 4 or 5 chapters that I had written vanished. But I found it. Yay! I wasn't sure how I'd feel about pulling up this old project again because, sometimes you look at it and you go, oh my gosh, I'm not finishing this. It's so terrible. But this time I thought, wow, I actually did a decent job and I want to keep going with this. So that is what I'm working on right now. Okay, so I am going to pull up my spreadsheet to show you. This is my Excel spreadsheet where I document how many words I've written on specific days and which project. So I've got the project name, the date that I did the writing, the count, the word count when I started writing that project, and the end count to either that writing session or that day. And then I got some math in here to determine how many words I wrote in those sessions or days. Now over here, I've got the entire total of how many words I've written in November. Here is a formula. So I enter in the date, the current date, and then I multiply that by the daily goal word count, 1,667 words, which gives me the amount that I should be at by the end of the day. And then another formula to subtract the two so I can determine how many words I need to write to be on target. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what my ProWritingAid dashboard looks like. Now, of course, people who wrote in NaNoWriMo, we all enjoyed the dashboard, right? I mean, you get little badges, you can track your words, you can see your progress and see what you need to do to complete on time. So as you can see, the ProWritingAid dashboard is very similar to what Nano was, which is super awesome. We'll just scroll down here. So this is the daily word progress. You can add to it, you can edit it, and everything else. There's some charts so you can kind of see where you're going. And you can see, obviously, I had started off decently, dropped off for a day. Oh, it was my husband's birthday. Oh no, I wrote on my husband's birthday. Okay, anyways. And then yesterday I went just frickin' crazy and wrote more. There's also a bar chart that you can use. You get these lovely badges based on, your word count, writing every day, all the different word count markers, the achievements and stuff. There is some group, like community tabs and stuff and scheduled sprints and stuff. I have not touched any of that. I just want to track it on my own. My project I named 2025 Stories because I knew I'd be working on multiple projects. But anyways, if you have yet to commit to a specific dashboard and you want to backtrack to update said dashboard, there are multiple options out there for you, including ProWritingAid, which is the one that I prefer. Okay, so today, I know I only have like 55 words to write, and I haven't even started yet today to reach my goal, but I feel like, okay, I'm not doing too bad today. Okay, my light color just changed. So I am going to sit down and write as much as I can anyways, so that if I do have another bad day, then it's okay to take a break. Don't forget to take a break. Don't forget to spend time with your families. And yeah, just hang in there and stay strong. So have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and happy Novel November.